Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I know it has been like 10,000 years since the last time we made a video in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. The last one was about Dragon Ball Super, and if there will be any more gods, and if there will there be a god fusion between Goku and Vegeta? But today, we are going to talk about Resurrection F. If you don't know what Resurrection F is, why'd you click on this video? But if in case you want to learn about it, I'm going to review it. And I want to warn you right now, there is possibly going to be spoilers. I don't. I want to try to give as little spoilers as possible, but yeah, so just warning you, possible spoilers. So the the movie starts out with you got the new villain, Sorbet, who is freaking out to his men because he uh, doesn't have enough backup to invade a planet. So he's like, we need to get Frieza. We need him back because he's top shit and he'll know what to do. Then it cuts to Piccolo. He's pretty much watching, babysitting Pan. Yes, Pan is in the movie, but for literally not even a minute. She's pretty much sleeping, and then Goku and Videl come home. Videl picks her up, and then she's not seen again. Um, Another more people who aren't in the movie are Chaozu, Yamcha, Goten, and Trunks. I kind of wanted Goten and Trunks just because I wanted Gotenks, because Gotenks is a badass, and I understand why they didn't put Goten, Trunks, Yamcha, or Chaozu, because they actually say in the movie why. Like, Tien, when he's flying, he says he doesn't want Chaozu or Yamcha to get hurt or killed because Frieza's too strong for them. So that's why he doesn't tell them where he's going. And Gohan is told not to tell Trunks or Goten because they will challenge Frieza because they think they're the best, especially when they are Gotenks. But they have once Sorbet figures out that he needs Frieza back, he decides to go. He wants to go to Namek, but he can't because he. I don't remember exactly why he doesn't, but he figures out that the Dragon Balls on Earth will be a lot easier to use. So he goes to Earth and he finds Emperor Pilaf and his gang, and they have 6 of the Dragon Balls, and he forces them to find the 7th for him, and they summon Shenron, and that the worst wish in the world gets granted. And even Shenron says that's a stupid wish. Why are you doing that? Pretty much. And he Sorbet says we wish for Lord Frieza to come back. And Shenron's like, I can bring him back, but Trunks destroyed his body. He's going to be in a bunch of pieces. And one of Sorbet's men's like, okay, that's fine. We can put him back together because we have a regeneration pod. The pod pretty much looks like a trash can, and when they get the pieces of, like, when Shenron summons Frieza back, he just falls down on the ground in a bunch of pieces. So they pretty much put Frieza in this space trash can and bring him back to life that way. Then Sorbet tells Pilaf that before this, uh, Shenron tells Sorbet, what is your second wish? And he's like, oh, I didn't know I get a second wish. And he was thinking about reviving King Cold, but then one of Emperor Pilaf's gang, honestly don't remember the dog's name, but he just wishes for a million Zenny, and Zenny falls from the ground, falls from the sky, and that pisses Sorbet off. But Sorbet's men talks him out of hurting them in case they need the Dragon Balls again because they have a radar. and they can be very useful to them. Right before Sorbet leaves Earth to go to space to regenerate Frieza, Pilaf was holding Frieza's eye because it bounced to him. So Pilaf gives Sorbet the eye, and that is it on Earth for now. They go back into space, and they finally get Frieza back together. And Frieza comes out and like a badass, and he's pissed off because they took so many years to help them because he was trapped in hell in a cocoon with a bunch of stuffed animals in a band, like a marching band, uh, talking about hugs and fuzzy things and stuff, and pissed him off because he didn't like it at all. We go back to Earth, and there is a bank robbery going on, and the guys are getting away, and then they speed past the cop, and the cop flies out of nowhere, and he ends up going faster than the guys. Goes faster than the bank robbers. He just flies past them, and they're like, "What the hell was that?" And then the cop gets off his bike and stands up and takes his helmet off, and it's Krillin. Krillin is a badass cop. He's pretty cool. He's arresting them. He's pretty much saying, "Why the hell are you stealing? That's fucking stupid. Put it down. You got be smart." Then Bulma calls because Bulma calls. Now, the reason Bulma calls is because Jack of the Galactic Patrolman has visited her laboratory, her and Dr. Brief's laboratory, and she's trying to figure out who to call because Goku and Vegeta are up in Beerus' planet training with Whis, and so she calls Krillin because Krillin and Gohan and Piccolo are the best people when Goku and Vegeta are gone. So Jack of the Galactic Patrolman, he tells Bulma that Frieza is on his way back to Earth, and they have about an hour to get things ready because their planet's gonna destroy. She calls Krillin. Krillin's in the middle of arrest. He pretty much leaves, shaves his head, tells 18 to stay with Marin. Without that scene, 18 would also not have been in the movie. Yeah, he tells 18 to stay with Marin, keep her safe. And 18's like, don't take this personally, but I'm a lot stronger than you. He's like, yeah, I know. I don't care. You're not going. When Frieza was revived, he decided that he was gonna stay up in space and train for 4 months because he says that he never trained a day at all, and he was able to go to full power final form Frieza. He's like, imagine what could happen if I actually did train. So 4 months goes by. Jack of the Patrolman comes, tells Bulma. Bulma tells Gohan, Piccolo, Tien, Krillin, and then eventually it cuts to Beerus' planet. Goku and Vegeta are pretty much getting their asses kicked by Whis, who's not even trying. Like, there's a scene where they go through a flower garden, and petals fly up, and Whis is, as he's just deflecting them, he's like smelling the flowers and like, oh my god, I love spring so much. And it's pissing Vegeta off because they're not doing anything. And Whis tells, after they're done training, Whis says that they have flaws, and their flaws are that Vegeta doesn't care, and he cares too much about wanting to win, that he's letting his guard down, and Goku is too confident, which is also letting his guard down because he thinks he's the best, so he doesn't have to try, and by not trying, he's letting his guard down. Then Beerus comes, and he did not know that Goku and Vegeta have been training on his planet, and it makes him mad because they were paying Whis to train there in food. and everybody knows how much Beerus loves food, because he'll destroy your planet if he doesn't get pudding. And he said Whis was paid for this visit in pizza, but Whis gives Beerus some pizza and everything's okay. While Beerus is eating their pizza, they decide to train a little more, and then Whis eventually says that Goku and Vegeta ask Whis what exactly he does, like why is he so good, and Whis says that he pretty much can temporarily reverse time. He can only reverse time for 30 minutes. Like, back 30 minutes is as far as he can go. So, say Goku dies in 30 minutes. And Goku dies 35 minutes later. He wants to be revived. Well, they want to revive him. He can't do it because he can't go back far enough to right before Goku is killed. He can go to right after. So it's got to be within 30 minutes. If something bad happens, it's got to be within 30 minutes so he can actually go back in time. And that line plays a key role in the movie. And I'll try not to spoil as much as possible when we get to it, but we're not there yet. The Oracle Fish comes in and says tells Whis that he missed a call from Earth, and because Bulma had been calling up to Whis with bribing him with ice cream sundaes to get Goku and Vegeta back, and about around this time on Beerus' planet is when Sorbet and Frieza and all 1,000 of Frieza's men have invaded Earth, and they have Gohan, Piccolo, Tien, Krillin, Master Roshi, and Jack the Patrolman in their sights, and they decide to go out in a brawl, the Z Fighters versus Frieza's men. They pretty much kill all of their men. Gohan eventually does go Super Saiyan, but only for a little bit. He pretty much goes Super Saiyan once, and that's Frieza was like, oh shit, he can go Super Saiyan 2, and he gets a little scared, but he's not that scared. He's just shocked that Goku's son can go Super Saiyan as well, and he punches him in the stomach, and he starts to die. And if he did not have a senzu bean and Piccolo was not there, he would have died, because Piccolo pretty much puts his hand on his stomach, shoots a blast into him, just to jolt him awake, and everything's good. Krillin gives him a senzu bean, and they're there. After the battle, Krillin hands out senzu beans to everybody, and everybody takes one except for Jack the Patrolman, and he just doesn't want one, and that's a good thing, because we'll get to that later in the review. But yeah, so they have one senzu bean left. Whis eventually gets contact to Bulma after missing her calls for a while, and she tells Whis to tell Goku and Vegeta to get back because Frieza's back and nobody can do anything besides those two. So Goku and Vegeta go back to Earth via Goku's instant transmission, because it takes Whis 35 minutes to fly at full speed from Beerus' planet to Earth. So everybody had to go full power. Gohan goes Super Saiyan again in this one, but it's only for a brief second, just so Goku could find all of their max powers and instant transmission to him. So Goku and Vegeta get there, and Goku and Frieza have like a moment where they're reminiscing, talking about the good old days when they fought and how Goku caught Frieza off guard and that it was stupid of him to spare him and stuff like that. You know, the good things. And they decide to have a battle, and Frieza's like, okay, but this time we're gonna do different. I'm gonna start my final form right away. So he gets in his final form, and it's Goku versus Frieza. Normal Goku, not Super Saiyan, because he's like, I don't think I need Super Saiyan for this battle, especially because you're in your final form, and I have so much power. I don't need to go Super Saiyan. So he's like, okay, go black-haired Goku will look good on a mount just as well. So they're fighting, and Frieza's like, I have one more transformation that I just learned, and out comes Golden Frieza. He channels his energy, changes to a Grammy, and yeah, he's Golden Frieza. And Goku's like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but watch this. And he channels his God energy, and he uses his God energy to go Super Saiyan, and he goes Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, which is blue hair Goku. Now, I did not understand Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan at first when it first got announced, but the movie kind of explains it a little bit because Goku even says it himself. It's confusing. It's confusing, so I'll pretty much dumb it down for you. He has the power of a god, and he channels his god power, and then goes Super Saiyan. So instead of going red, which is full blown Super Saiyan God, which is full blown Super Saiyan God, he just goes Super Saiyan with God, like Super Saiyan with God power, which is why his hair is blue and not red. It's still confusing, but you get it. I hope you get it at least. And so they fight. They fight more. Goku and it's pretty much God versus Gold. They have a great battle. It's one of the best. And eventually, Beerus and Whis show up at Earth to watch the fight. Like, the main reason they're there is to get the ice cream that Bulma had promised. Because when Bulma called, if you remember, the Sunday, they were there to get the Sunday. And ended up just watching the battle. When they get there, Frieza's like, Lord Beerus, have you come to stop me? Like, why are you here? And Beerus is like, do whatever you want, just don't kill me, and make sure you keep the battle away from my ice cream so I don't mistake your pretty much your battle dust for sprinkles. And he's like, so you're really not going to stop me? And Beerus is like, no, I said do what you want. And Bulma gets mad at that because because Beerus says he's not on anybody's side. And even though Beerus and Whis have been training Goku and Vegeta, he's still not gonna. He's pretty much not gonna fight their battle for him. And if the world blows up or they die, oh well. He's a god of destruction. He doesn't care. Bulma doesn't like that. She confronts Beerus, and Beerus says it's not his battle to fight. If it was, it would be different. So Goku and Frieza decide to battle a little more, and they have Goku hits Frieza to the ground, and he's like, I know your weakness. You just started. You just learned this power. You can't handle it. It's too much for you. So Goku is just standing there over top of Frieza. He's letting his guard down because he's being cocky, like Goku normally is. And so, as he's standing there, Sorbet shoots Goku in the chest with a laser beam that he has on his ring. And his ring is it's just a normal ring, but it has it shoots lasers. He shoots him in the heart with it. And Goku is about to die. Now, if you remember when the leaks and rumors and everything came out, people thought that the main reason Vegeta goes Super Saiyan God is because Goku dies and stuff like that. But what actually happens is he's dying because Sorbet shot him in the heart. He falls down and pretty much loses his God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan power. So they're fighting, and sorry, my mic came unplugged. Hopefully that's better. But they're fighting, and Goku, he's getting the hole where Sorbet shot him stepped on, so he's hurting, and he's about to shoot him with a blast, and Vegeta comes in and says, "No." Well, Frieza says, "Vegeta, I know how much you hate Kakarot. Why don't you come down and finish him off for me?" So Vegeta comes over and he says, "I can't do it. As much as I want to, I can't do it. His rivalry is what powers me to move faster and get stronger." So then Frieza's like, "I'll make you my right-hand man. You can be second in charge. You can lead my fleet, even though it just contains him and Sorbet, because all of his men died." Vegeta's like, "Well, I'm starting to like that offer, but I'm gonna regret not accepting it." And he tells Krillin to come down, give Goku a senzu bean because he's dying. So Krillin comes over, Frieza shoots a blast at him, Vegeta knocks the blast away, Krillin gives Goku the senzu bean, and everything is good. Goku says thank you, and Vegeta's like, "You can thank me by staying out of the way, this is my battle." So Frieza and Vegeta have a great battle, something everybody wanted to see, because everybody wanted Vegeta to be the good guy. And it looked like, at first, that was going to happen, because Akira Toriyama said that Vegeta was going to be the main guy in the next movie. And it kind of went that way, because the battles end with Vegeta versus Frieza, technically. They're having a battle, and Frieza is freaking out. He's like, "I can't do this. His power's too much. How the hell is Vegeta so good?" Because Vegeta is also a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan at this time. Because he goes normal Super Saiyan, and then eventually goes Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And he's like, "You can do this too." And Vegeta's like, "I've been training a lot longer. I have the power of a god as well." So they're fighting. Frieza is freaking out because he can't do it. He just can't. He's like, if I can't do this, I'm just gonna take you all down with me, and he blows up the Earth. So right as he blows up the Earth, Beerus says, "Whis now," and Whis uses his like a force field type thing, and it saves. The force field goes around Whis, Beerus, Goku, Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, Jacko, Master Roshi, Tien, and Bulma. Nobody else lives. Everybody on Earth dies. Goten, Trunks, Pan, Videl, Chi-Chi, Vegeta, Sorbet. Everybody dies. And Goku's like, why couldn't he just take his death and not take everybody else? And Beerus and Whis were like, he's probably still alive because his race has the power to survive a blast like that. And Beerus says it was probably a really, really good idea on his part. And Goku is like, "What are we gonna do?" Everybody's like, we don't have enough energy or power to do anything to revive, because when Earth got destroyed, the Dragon Balls also got destroyed. And so it's pretty much, they think it's just them left. Bulma's freaking out because Vegeta died and Trunks died. And yeah, so everybody's like in shock because they think they just watched all their friends and family die, and they were the only ones to live because they were in Whis' force field. So they're floating through space on this one chunk of land that was saved by Whis, and Whis is like, "I can fix this." And Goku's like, "How can you fix this?" He's like, "Do you not remember? I can temporarily reverse time." So he does. He's like, "I can only go back 30 minutes." This is when you find out he can only go back 30 minutes. He doesn't say it at the beginning, but yeah. So I'm gonna end up spoiling this, so I'm sorry. I'll put a thing in the title to warn people. But he goes back 30 minutes, and he goes back to right as Vegeta's on the ground. Vegeta has Frieza on the ground. Right before Vegeta, pretty much right before Frieza blows up the planet. Vegeta's saying, "Say your prayers, accept your death." And right before Frieza freaks out and says, "Like, if I can't do this, I'll take everybody with me," Goku comes out of nowhere with a Kamehameha and blasts Frieza to smithereens. He kills Frieza. He finally kills him. So technically, now Goku has officially killed Frieza, because in the anime, in the original Frieza saga, Frieza and Saiyan saga, he does not kill him, because Trunks does. Um, Even though people consider, like, a lot of people around the galaxy consider him the killer of Frieza, it's really Trunks, because he killed Mecha Frieza, which was Frieza's final form, which we all know. And yeah, so Earth is restored, Frieza's dead. Vegeta's pissed off because they were supposed to be taking turns, and Goku promised Vegeta that he would not interfere. But Goku knows what's going to happen if he doesn't interfere. So he comes in, destroys Frieza. After the battle, they are back in their normal forms, no longer Super Saiyan gods, and Goku's like, "I don't want to talk to you. You pissed me off. That was supposed to be my battle." And Bulma decides to tell Vegeta what exactly happened, and they're all talking, and Whis like, "You know why I saved your planet, right?" And Goku's like, "No, why?" He's like, "I loved your culinary delights. That is the only reason why I saved your planet." And they all get a laugh and a giggle. And then right at the end, right as the movie is over, Goku brings up something that Whis told him at the beginning. And Whis says, "Have you guys ever thought about working together instead of working on your own? You guys would be so much better if you worked together, and possibly," he doesn't mention fusion, but he's pretty much hinting at fuse again in your Super Saiyan God forms. That'd be badass, and you would be able to do anything. Like, nobody, they say, Whis tells them if they were to work together, they could destroy Beerus, which is kind of scary, especially if they fused. Super Saiyan God, Gogeta, or Vegito, that'd be amazing. But yeah, so Goku talks to Vegeta, and he's like, "What do you think? Should we ever work together?" And Vegeta pretty much says, "I'd rather die than work together with you." And Goku's like, "Yeah, you're probably right. I like doing this solo." And then the movie ends with Goku giggling and scratching his head. So I love the movie. I did not watch it in theaters. I watched it on YouTube. I will put a link in the description to the video. If the video has been taken down by YouTube or by anybody, I apologize if you weren't able to watch it from that link I put in the description, but I will put it in there for you to watch. I watched it pretty much as soon as I found out it was out. I wanted to watch it in theaters. It probably would have been a lot better. But I give the movie a good 8.5 out of 10. It was kind of short. It was an hour and a half, but yeah, it felt like it was short watching it. I hope one thing a main reason why I'm giving it 8.5 and not a 9 or 10 is because is Vegeta? How does Vegeta have the power of a god? That's not mentioned in anything. So I hope in Dragon Ball Super, because they're gonna tie in. Right now, they're currently tying in Battle of Gods. Episode 5. I'm pretty sure episode 5 was just this weekend. But yeah, I hope they tie in Resurrection F, and they show us how Vegeta became a Super Saiyan God to go Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. But this video has a minute left, so we're gonna wrap up here. If you want me to come back to Dragon Ball Xenoverse and do like parallel quests or just online battles, let me know. But subscribe, like, put in your favorites. Why not? Tell your friends about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Camp Counselor Cody, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles.